Let me quickly talk to you about Firstbase. So when you think about Firstbase, this is a virtual mailbox provider. And into this conversation, I want to go a little granular. I want to look at the pros and cons. I want to look at the pricing, the functionalities, and so on and so forth. So here's a perspective I want you to have if you think about Firstbase. So Firstbase is actually a great virtual mailbox provider in the United States. And the company also offers business registration, online notary, and other sort of company related services such as registered agent services for businesses across all the 50 states. What we love about the Firstbase is that basically you have a team of highly trained professionals that are who are dedicated to offering the best services to small businesses, entrepreneurs. You have mid-sized businesses and all kinds of constituencies, including digital nomads. So this is really good. So when you think about Firstbase, I want you to think about a best in class virtual mailbox option for entrepreneurs around the world. The thing here is that if you choose Firstbase mailroom for your business correspondence, you can access your mail via any device, wherever you are. So we're talking here about tablets, we're talking about smartphones, we're talking about desktop computers. So flexibility really comes into play if you choose Firstbase. We also love the fact that they actually do everything online. So you have a cloud-based sort of service. Obviously, they will handle your mail in real life, but they will actually post everything online, so not a problem. And their mobile app is really, really great. You have the ability to track everything from your mobile. And what we love about Firstbase is that they actually scan and digitize all your documents in various formats. So you have PDFs, of course. You have GIFs. You also have PNG, you also have JPEG. So you have a lot of formats to really go along. This is important because if you have, let's say you have a device where you don't have PDF, you don't have a Adobe or another PDF reader on that device, it's great to have other formats as well. So this is really fantastic. So we'll love that a lot in terms of flexibility. So you have a wide selection of file formats. So this is really good. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Let's talk about the pros and cons. So when we think about Firstbase virtual mailbox, let's talk about the pros and cons. Let me first start with the pros. First of all, this service provider grants its clients access to the most powerful startup ecosystem globally. So if you're with Firstbase, you're not just getting a virtual mailbox, you're getting other stuff with it. You have a safe dashboard. We love the UX and UI that comes with the dashboard. Fantastic, very easy to navigate, very easy to follow, very easy to set up. And your account, it's very, very easy to onboard. And Firstbase offers its customers a full year of registered agent cost. So if you go with this company, you not only getting a virtual mailbox, of course, you're paying for the virtual mailbox service, but you're getting 1 full year of free registered agent services. So this is really good. You have tens of thousands in credits for a variety of services. So this is kind of cool. You are able to get a U.S. business bank account. This is kind of interesting for the foreign denominated business owners and entrepreneurs. So U.S. business bank account. The Firstbase also offers a legal guidance. This is really great. You also have a free tax consultation. So in terms of helping you set up the kind of business you have, like let's say whether you want to go with S corporation or C corporation or LLC, so they will actually help you in terms of that. And you have expert support for a lifetime. But now it depends on how you set up your business though. You are able to get a U.S. address set up. You can get a U.S. EIN. So Firstbase will help you get a U.S. employer identification number. Okay. So overall, when you think about Firstbase, think about ease of use. Think about a platform that's easy to use. You have a comprehensive constellation of services. You have quick processing, and they have great customer support. Okay. This is just so they'll answer all questions that you have. What about the cons here? Let's talk about the cons. You can only incorporate in 2 states for now, so Delaware and Florida. But they are actually extending the number of states though. And right now they only have one single pricing plan. They do not offer auxiliary service like annual report notifications. They're still working on that. And right now, Firstbase is not a substitute for legal advice. I just want to specify that. And when you really think about, even though they only have a single pricing plan, for all intents and purposes, their tier, their pricing plans is actually pricier. I mean, their plans is more expensive. That's the right English here. Is more expensive than what other competitors are offering. And so they still have the limited state availability. So it's just something you need to work on. They need to work on. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Firstbase. So we are analyzing their virtual mailbox service. I want to talk to you about the features that you can expect if you go with Firstbase. Obviously, Firstbase has a virtual mailbox service, and it's really important to understand that Firstbase is relatively new because they actually were started about 5 years ago. They started in 2018. And so the cool thing is that they are growing like crazy though. Okay. They're growing like crazy. Within 3 years of its foundation, this company, Firstbase, has helped thousands of businesses from from over 100 countries actually register their business. So this is really great. So when we talk about the key features you want to pay attention to here, you have U.S. company formation. So no matter where you are at, whether you are in New York, you are in the States, or you are in Germany, you are in Nigeria, you are in Brazil, if you want to form your company in the U.S., Firstbase can help you do that. Okay. And so you're able to actually build a company in the United States. They also offer registered agent services. So basically they will work with, they have a series of agents that are actually located in the United States that can provide registered agent services. And as I said earlier, if you sign up with them, they'll give you that service for free for 1 year. They also can give you a U.S. bank account. So when you think about Firstbase, really, Firstbase is primarily for those entrepreneurs and businesses that are located outside the United States and want to have a presence in this country. So for instance, when you see Firstbase is offering U.S. bank accounts, so this is interesting for foreigners, because if you're in the United States, you don't need Firstbase to open a U.S. bank account. Okay, and Firstbase also offers an EIN service. So EIN is an employer identification number. So for those of our viewers who are foreigners, just want to clarify the fact that EIN is actually, it's kind of similar to your business's social security number. This is the number that you're going to use, among other things, to pay your taxes, to file taxes for your C corporation, your S corporation, your LLC, among other things. You are going to need the EIN also to open a U.S. bank account. So this is really important to remember that. And so Firstbase can help you actually get that. Not a problem. Let me give you some of the add-ons you can expect if you were to actually go with Firstbase. First of all, they actually can set up a U.S. address for you. This is really cool. So Firstbase assists its clients in obtaining a virtual address for companies in Delaware and Wyoming. By the way, they're only in two states. I said earlier that Delaware and Florida. It's actually Delaware and Wyoming. Okay, and so the registered agent will arrange the address for companies in Wyoming, and there is no extra amount charged, as all costs are included in the package. However, companies in Delaware will have to pay for an address setup, and partners of the agency will arrange the address in the States. So the charges are like $6.99 to $10.99 per month. It depends on the client's address after Firstbase covers the first month. And we also love the fact that with Firstbase, you have over 20 to 200,000 in exclusive rewards. So Firstbase was able to negotiate a series of rewards with third-party partners, and basically they are giving you, if you're a client, they're giving you rewards and special offers beneficial for new businesses and their founders. So these rewards are actually are great because they're coming from first-rate technology providers and also service providers. And the offers could be accessed through Firstbase network, and the clients can access the sites because it is included in the incorporation fee. For example, you have AWS, Amazon Web Service is an example of such companies. So this is really great. Here you are receiving up to $5,000 in free credits. This is really cool. And Firstbase is also helping you if you're a business, if you're a client. You basically, you're receiving help from Firstbase post incorporation. So you have post incorporation document sort of preparation. So Firstbase will prepare some legal documents for its clients after the incorporation. And the document contains important information concerning the company owners, operations, and other vital details about the company. So this can be articles of incorporation. It could also be operating agreement, and so on and so forth. The bottom line here is that Firstbase wants to make sure that its clients are in compliance with U.S. federal and state laws. But I just want to specify the fact that Firstbase is not a legal service, though. Okay, it's not a legal service. Very important to specify that. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Firstbase. This is a Firstbase virtual mailbox review. Let's talk about the pricing here. So you can see on the screen here, basically Firstbase has a single pricing tier, $400. Now you might be thinking, well, this is too much. I mean, but they're showing you, as you can see on the screen, they're showing you everything that is included in the $400, okay? So the formation of company in Delaware, Wyoming, or 32 other states, all filing fees and expedited processing. You are able to open a business bank account without an EIN. First of all, you don't have to pay for this anyway. And they actually do an expedited EIN setup. They have all essential and important documents, payment processing, payroll, and accounting via Loop. So they have some kind of integration with Loop, the payroll service provider. You are able to get this covered with the $400. There are actually so Firstbase is promising you to actually pitch your startup vis-a-vis venture capitalist firms, okay, and venture capital firms, and you have up to $250,000 in deals and rewards, and you have a lifetime expert support. So now, based on our research, we think the $400 is too much. Okay, there are other providers that actually give you this, even though this is a one-time fee. It is still too much. There are other providers that are a little more affordable here. I want you to look right now on the second screenshot here. You have other costs because there are other you are able to. So if you choose Firstbase as your registered agent, you basically have you are like the first year is free, but the subsequent year you have to pay $99. So they actually are. They can take care of your payroll for you for a fee as well. And you are also able to pay a certain fee and get a U.S. business address. So here, Firstbase is becoming your virtual mailbox agent. Okay, this is important. And the third screenshot that you have right now, this is Firstbase actually providing insurance. So think about Firstbase as an all-in-one service. They provide all kinds of solutions. Then now you have to really figure out which one you really need, if at all, right? Because the bottom line here is that you have to ask yourself, do you need either to have, because Firstbase has 3 core products: the Firstbase Start, the Firstbase Agent, and the Firstbase Mailroom. The Mailroom is the virtual mailbox where here you have mail forwarding, document digitization, physical or virtual business address. For the Firstbase Agent, here you have registered agent, compliance reminders, document access, tax filings. And for the Firstbase Start, this is for company formation, bank account opening, EIN, and other deals and rewards. Question is, which one do you need, if at all? Let's talk about the extras here. So let's talk first about the ease of use. When you think about Firstbase, what's the ease of use here? Well, based on our analysis, for all intents and purposes, Firstbase is relatively easy to use. Once the customer taps on the Get Started button, they can begin their USA company formation. Okay, again, it can be an LLC, it can be a C corporation, not a problem. Okay, so basically, the whole setup, the whole UX and UI was made in such a way that you don't have to have prior experience in IT to really navigate the Firstbase dashboard or Firstbase sort of functionalities. Okay, and the cool thing here is that you just need to follow the prompt, follow the questionnaires that the Firstbase prompt has, and you should be good to go. In terms of customer service, Firstbase has excellent customer support, and so this is really good. And you can talk to someone. You have a very professional, very courteous, very professional folks. They will answer all questions and they will do it promptly. I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, you're paying $400 for the starter, so this is really worth it. Okay. Now, the thing is that you have to understand when we talk about Firstbase. Firstbase is not the only player in this field, right? You have a lot of other players. You have alternatives to this service. If for any reason you don't feel like using Firstbase, you can either use My Company Works, you can use Zen Business, you can use Record Lawyer, you can use there are a lot of them. You can use InkFile, for instance. You can use Northwest Registered Agent. It really depends on what you're looking for. If you're just looking for a virtual mailbox, then you want to go for iPostal One or virtual, or you can go with iPostal One, or you can go to like I'm just blanking now. US Global Mail, for instance. You can go to virtual postal mail also. So, but if you want to have a player that does provide not only virtual postal mail but also registered agent, then you have a lot of choices, including Northwest Registered Agent. So this is kind of important to really specify that. Now, one thing, if you were to go with My Company Works does provide not only company formation services but also registered agent services in addition to virtual mailbox. Okay, so they were established in 2001, so they've been known for a while now, and this is kind of cool. Same thing for Zen Business is kind of cool also in terms of virtual mailbox. The only thing is Zen Business is a relatively younger company because they were established in 2015, but in the last 5 to 6 years, 7 years, they've been kicking ass like crazy. So this is really good. In terms of longevity, also you have Record Lawyer. Record Lawyer does not provide virtual mailbox as of right now, but they are pretty good in terms of other services. So what is our opinion here? So is Firstbase worth it when it comes to virtual mailbox or company information? But we want to focus on virtual mailbox here. Yes, definitely. Firstbase is definitely worth it. It is a legit company. It is a solid company. And but Firstbase is more intended for foreigners. So if you are outside the States and you are trying to have a footprint in the United States, you are trying to have your company formed in this country, or you're trying to have a virtual, let's say a virtual mailbox in this country, Firstbase appears to be a great provider. But if you are already in this country and you're trying to really you're looking for a virtual mailbox, or you're trying to have a registered agent service, or even form your company, really we don't think that the Firstbase is the best spot to be, because a lot of services that they're charging for, you can get it for free here. I mean, you don't need to pay to open a U.S. business bank account. You just need to go to your bank and just provide the documentation and just open the business bank account. So the services that Firstbase offers, those services make sense from the standpoint of someone who is outside this country. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a small business owner, if you are a digital nomad trying to have a commercial footprint in this country, then Firstbase will be recommended to you. That's what we think. And Firstbase is also unique because they support several languages, including English, Arabic, Portuguese, Russian, French, and Spanish. This is really good. This is what I was just telling you earlier, that this really highlights the international inclination of Firstbase in the first place. Okay, and this is really good. And one thing I want to say also is that Firstbase, by the way, was founded by foreigners. I mean, they have foreign-owned founders, so this is kind of important to specify. But they focus on the States, okay? And so I just want to really, I want to clarify one thing. Basically, an outsider can set up a company in the U.S., not a problem. U.S. is very open. You as long as you follow the rules, as long as you actually follow the regulations, you get your EIN, you get your you comply with state regulations. Also, you should be good to go. Because remember that when we talk about filing, when we talk about forming companies in the United States, you don't form companies at the federal level. Company formation is a state affair, but you have to pay taxes at the federal level, but also at the at the state level, okay, and even sometimes at the county level, at the local level. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just having a Firstbase review. And so let me do a recap here. I spoke to you about the perspective, the pros and cons, the features, the add-ons, the pricing, the extras, and our opinions. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.